Good morning. What a beautiful morning it is. So we're going to do a little gentle chair yoga class this morning, and we're going to use a mat, a chair, a block, and a strap in our bodies, and we're going to move and breathe and feel and listen. And we're going to focus on joint mobility and core strength. So we want to start with breathing in alignment to awaken our bodies for our beautiful day. So we sit really tall, shoulders are back and down. A little bit far back. Let's bring it up here. Better. So the hands come to heart center. We take a nice breath, push through the walls, stretching through our hearts. And we bring our hands back in and lift to extend. Once again, this class is for joint mobility, strength, and core strength. Yes, all kinds of strength. Yes? Rising high. My name's Gary. This is the Sattva Yoga Center. A little video for our students and for anyone who would like to see some of the movements that we do. This is called the flying whatever. Yes. Hands to heart center. This is called the flying butterfly, whatever. Yes. Reaching forward, reaching back, but our wings are flying. Yes? So we take our arms out to the side, a little stretch up to lengthen up. Bring the hands to heart center. And then take the hands to overlap. Make your little arms with a long stretch of the arms, lengthening the arms out. And then do a little flying. This is called flying nun. You remember that, right? And Sally Fields would have a little bonnet on. Yes. And we come back to center. You can do it too. Come on. Hands to heart center, rising lift on the inhale. Bring the hands to heart center. Take a deep inhale. And a full exhale. Take the shoulders, roll back and down so we can park the shoulders where they belong, which is back and down. Yes. And squeeze the shoulder blades in so we sit really tall, clearing our sitting bones, rocking forward so we can sit really tall in the chair, away from the back of the chair. We want a straight back chair that doesn't have rollers on it at home. So we take our hands once again and reach to extend. And ease the hands down. Right arm comes up. And left arm comes up. I'm not going to mirror today, so here we go with the right arm, lifting to reach to the right side. Over we go. And to the other side. Gazing out. Gazing up to the elbow on each side with a little lift from the hip. Reaching up nice and high. Let's gaze up to the hand if we can. And get a little lateral flexion. Awakening the spine, creating plenty of space for us to move freely and easily today. So we bring our hands on top of the thigh and we start a little circling movement. Circling, circling. Keep moving, keep circling. And then an inhale to extend back to center. And a circle the other way. Do this circling. And a little gentle play. And then bring our hands back to the heart center. Namaste. Yes. We bow to ourselves. Hands to the heart center, awakening the love and light in the heart, and reach to the sky to open the light in the sky. And ease down. Let the sun shine everywhere we go today so we can have a beautiful day and enjoy the place. Flying bird once again. This is flying whatever. Yes. Right arm comes over to the right side. Left side. Right arm to the left. To the left, to the left. Yes. And the other arm, whichever it is, let's do the left arm over to the side. Let's do the other arm. Once again, I think that's the right. We're going to gaze over the right shoulder. And then take a swing and a gaze over the left shoulder. I know it's a little trick. It's a mental trick. You have to think about what you're doing. Flying. Take your right arm out, extend the index finger. Yeah, the left arm can sweep down towards the ground. We gaze over the left shoulder. This is stretching This is a meridial joint free. Yeah, whatever. Other side, other arm out, extend with the index finger. Fingers turn down, relaxing. Turn the gaze over the right shoulder. Yes. And then come back to center. Okay, on with the show. Let's take a deep belly breath. Inhale and exhale. Blow all the tension away. Whatever you're carrying on your shoulders today, let that go. One more. Deep inhale, full exhale. Now, grounding at the hip, take a deep inhale with the eyes closed. And inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Deepening the inhales. And releasing with a full exhale. And continue. Breathing, feeling, and listening. Let the eyes go. Release the eyes, the face, the lips, and the jaw. Relax everything. Shoulders. Relax through the back. Still with a nice long spine. With the hip pressing in, setting that root lock at the base of the hip. And the shoulders where? Back and down. So we take a deep inhale. And a full exhale. Notice the expanding belly on the inhale. Up in the chest, up in the heart, massaging the heart, expanding the belly, creating that pranic energy that feels so nice. And with the exhale, let all the tension go. Let the toxins escape. Let everything release. Let us melt into the chair, holding this seated, comfortable, sukhasana. Sukha means to be at ease, peace, joyful, and blissful. So once more. So it's a week of joy in the Advent calendar. So take a deep inhale and a full exhale. One more. Find that joyful breath, that ujjayi, that victorious breath. And with a release. Go ahead and take the arms, give a little shake. We can open the eyes, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You can do a ragdoll in a chair. We can take a little hinge forward and bring the arms up underneath the legs and give a loving squeeze with the shoulders to the knees. Ooh la la. Does that feel good? Yes. Rising lift. Inhale. Way up high, up to the sky. Over, down, and around. Take that circling down. Hands can come to the elbows if you'd like with that loving squeeze. Do a few more. Inhale. This is going to stretch the back, open the back, and release the back pain that we often carry in the lower back. Yes. Inhale and exhale. Bring the arms up, lifting up nice and high. Take your right leg out. Let's do the right side. And the left side. Yes, to the right, and left to the left. How are we doing? This is called kick the can. You've done this with me before, right? You remember when you did that when you were a kid? You kick the can. Kick the can, yes. You didn't do that. Oh, okay. All right. Marching lift. Lifting the knees, freeing our hips and freeing our knees. Take the right leg out and swirl with the ankle. Do a little circle. Oh, it's a new word. It's called swirl, yes? Circling, swirling movement with our joints. I made that up. Is that okay? Yes. Circle the other way. Big circle swing. You're going to feel that all the way up to the knee if you do that with the full swing. Let's do the other side once again. And the other side. Good. Now for some core work. So we sit really tall. We're going to keep that back extended with a press in the sits bones and create the locks to begin. So the root lock, the navel center, or the core powerhouse of our bodies, and then the throat lock with the chin drawing back and the chin drops just a little bit. So you feel tall and powerful, yes? The root lock, the belly lock, and the throat lock create energy in our bodies and stability. We lift up really tall with the shoulders back and down. And we take that deep belly breath, inhale, and a full exhale. So we control the movement of the hip with a little rounding. We kind of tuck a little roll, this kind of pelvic tuck, and then inhale. And a little back bend to extend. We're going to work through the core muscles that connect from the hip to the shoulders, all the way to the base of the head, that control the alignment of the spine. Anything in the core of our bodies is connecting to our spine and creating core stability or spinal alignment and spinal control to help us avoid the pain that we often receive by slouching in a chair and sitting for long periods of time. So this little movement is going to stretch the back. Do you feel any of that? This is a seated cat-cow flow. We take the gaze to the sky, lifting nice and high with the inhale, and we round with the exhale, and we sink gently down. This is used for people that have tricky knees and have trouble and pain in the knees. We can do a lot of the yoga movements in a chair. Up and down we go. One more time. Good. And come back to center. And march it out. We're going to take the right knee up and lift to a squeeze. Get that gentle bend in the knee. This is testing our knee joint flexibility. If you've had a knee replacement, this is a great thing to do. Yes. Other side. Yes. And you can tell if you get a burning sensation in the patella tendon or in the joint that there needs some healing. If you're feeling pain in this movement, you need some healing. You need some more yoga. Yes. The Consumer Reports January, February edition 2025 has a beautiful article on back pain, joint pain, arthritis, and it says yoga and Tai Chi, #1 for healing. Is that amazing? Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Pretty bold statement, isn't it? Yeah. Up and down with the knees, how does it feel? So we're doing these movements and exercise. We move to improve because movement brings improvement. Motion is lotion for our bodies and our minds. The more you move, the better you'll feel. The better you feel, the more you can heal. Yeah. So marching, lift. Yeah. So if you got joint pain or arthritic pain, it's okay. We never push to a point of pain. We never force through any injuries. We want to modify the movements so that we can do them gently and easily. And progressive movement over time is where the healing comes from. Yes. So we're going to do a little rising lift. This is called a flying chair. You ever seen a chair fly? Yes? Okay. Flying chair. Extending arms, hands come to the heart. This is a easy chair, prayer chair, extended chair. You can say it with me. Easy chair, prayer chair, extended chair. Flying chair. Swing 1 and 2 and 3. Let's fly up to the sky into that chair. Utkatasana is chair pose in yoga. There's your chair. Yes, we're all there. Hello. Prayer chair, easy chair. Extended chair, if you can, as long as the shoulders allow, we can extend like this. And guess what? We're going to do a reaching, lifting, stretching through our shoulders, stretching through our chest. We're going to do how many? 100? Okay. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to the chair. Yes, reach for your chair. Don't let it run off on you. Ease on back and down, marching lift with the knees. Good. And we haven't done our cross-legged pigeon. We're going to do a pigeon in the chair. Take your right knee in, cross the ankle over top of the thigh. Bring that foot to flex. The toe comes up towards the knee. Called the dorsiflexion. Stretching through the back of the Achilles tendon and the calf muscles on the right leg. We take a knee out and down with a little gentle push, with a little gentle encouragement, but with most of the work done by the gravity, and we're not forcing it. We're not causing any pain. We feel it where? Up in the hip somewhere, probably in the hip joint. Hip mobility. You want that mobility, and these stretches will restore your range of motion. Give it some time, 6 months or a year maybe, if you're healing something like a surgery or caused an injury. We can heal without causing pain. Inhale, lift, exhale, fold. Ooh, ooh. Anybody feel that? Ooh, ooh, yeah. That feels really good, yes? Ooh la la. Yes, that's my favorite word. Ooh la la. Yes. One of my veterans went to France to the Moulin Rouge and saw the dancers and all, and he said, "I don't want to ever hear ooh la la again." He came to yoga with me. Ooh la la. Yes, it's that feeling of stretch and release. Yes. And deep stretches take 45 seconds to 2 minutes to really get a stretch, but you want to warm up first. So these are simple warm up moves. So marching lift. Let's do the other side just to get some symmetry in our bodies and to test the variation from side to side. I got some issues with the knee. So if you got a issue in the tissue, you want to bend that knee generously up and then cross it over. So protect that knee. It only has one range of mobility, and that's sagittal plane. So we lift on the inhale and we fold with the exhale until we feel a gentle stretch. Don't overdo it. No screaming. We can sing. Muscles can sing but not scream. Yes. Joints can sing but not scream. Yes. No screaming joints today. Feels good? You feel it? Bring your ankle over top of your thigh. Ah, yes. Yes. You didn't want to do that, did you? Gently now. Now, if that knee needs to come up a little bit, okay. If there's tension in the knee, be careful with the knee. But gently lower down and let that hip open. This is going to stretch the hip open. Oohs and ahs all around. Ah, yes. And then lift and extend, circle the ankle. Good. Now for a little core work. So your right arm comes up and your left knee comes up. And you try this on both sides. Yes. Okay. So let's do movements like so. A little oblique twist. Here we go. How many? 100. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we've warmed up that spinal twist, and we take our arms like this, do a little swing thing. Good. We're going to do a spinal twist, a seated spinal twist. We take the block between the feet so we can position the knees in line with your hip point to stabilize from the hip to the knees stacking over the ankle, creating 90-degree angles and supporting our joints by stacking our joints. We take a little lift and a twist over the right side. Take that left hand outside the right thigh and do what's called a hook and roll over the back of the chair. As long as you've got a chair that's got a low back. Otherwise, bring your hand into the base of the chair. If you're at home, you can always use a chair that has a high back as long as you protect that twist with the level of the shoulders and hand twisting, gazing over your right shoulder. I feel that in the neck. Do you feel that? Mm-hmm. Some people say Gary's a pain in the neck, and I understand why. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Back to center, hands to shoulder, shoulder. This is called Cleopatra move, right? Queen of denial, right? Over to the left side. Over to the left. Got to have a little humor in here. Got to make this class really fun, yes? So you can laugh along the way. Now we're taking the shoulders to face to the left side. We're twisting through the thoracic from the navel center up to the chest, protecting the lower back by drawing the navel center in with an inhale. Staying those root locks at the end of the inhale, and then turning with a twist to keep the spine aligned. And so it's a natural curve in the back. So there's a S-shaped curve in your spine from your neck, your back, and your lower back, your cervical spine, your thoracic, and your lumbar spine. So we're always consciously aware of alignment of the spine. We move as we choose consciously to build strength. Flexibility, range of motion. Yes, more range of motion, which is available to us. Come back to center. Very nice. Marching lift. All right. Take our block forward. Excuse me. Take our chair forward. I just jumped right up, didn't I? I didn't cue that at all. So we come up to standing position. We can do this flying chair if we need to find our way up. This is called the walk back, stretch back sequence. So we're extending the spine, stretching the hips, and getting ready for our core building, stretch building, strength building, and joint freeing series. So we do a walk back, stretch back. The arms extend out to the chair. Now, if there's shoulders issues like a rotator cuff issue, you can always bend the elbows or bring the hands to the thigh. Just be careful your head banging on the back of the chair. Don't want to bang anything along the way. Take a little rising lift and walk back, marching lift with the knees. How high do the knees come? Preferably higher than the hips. Yes, you want that hip mobility. And guess what? If you lift the knee like that, what does it cause you to do? Get wild and crazy with your flying arms? No, it's a balance thing, right? So we take I'm going to move my chair just for the camera, so the camera can see what we're doing. So the hands come to the hip. We focus out and down. 3 elements of balance. Strength. We have to build strength, stability, and focused awareness. And we do this all with proper alignment. Ankles right up underneath the hip. This is called mountain pose, Tadasana. Tadasana, tada. It's magic after all. The magic healing modality called yoga. Yes, yes. Connecting to our yoga today. Mind, body, and spirit. So we calf raise lifts. How many can we do? Okay. 100, that's okay. 1, 2. That builds calf strength, ankle stability, bottom of the foot. You'll feel if the fascia at the bottom of the foot are painful at all, plantar fasciitis, this may be really tough to do. So you want to be careful. You can do some little gentle stretches with a little squat and heel out. And we can do this is called, what's this called? This is a dance move, right? Yeah. 1, 2. This is kayak. Yeah, kayak. The Russian Cossack dance. Yes. Cossack dance. Yes. Yeah. You've seen this on TV? I've seen it on TV. Now you've seen it in a yoga class. That's a crazy thing. Marching lift with the knees. So some of my students have knee replacements and they're having pain in the knee. And some of it comes from a patella tendon, could be patella tendonitis, could be joint inflammation. A year or so after the surgery, there's not quite done with healing. You need to come to yoga. Yes, physical therapy is not going to get it all. You need these exercises, yogic type exercises, to bring that continued healing. Because we heal when? Every day. Our body heals something every day. Okay, so we've got that. Walk back, stretch back. We did that with the calf raise lift. We can reach to the back of the chair. If we need that sense of stability and our balance is a little off, we can always use the back of the chair for the calf raise lift. Toes out, heels out, a little squat flow. 1, 2, 3. This is opening. This is building strength in the knees, but not really range of motion because there's not enough movement in the knee or the hip joint. But we want to do as many squats as we can because it builds what? Strength, muscle strength, hip joint, knee joint, and we can do a little sway. We can play all day. Little lift on each side. Yeah. We're not done yet. Up and down. Here we go. Both heels lift. Feel that in the calf. Do you feel that? Just me? Okay. 8, 9. One more time. This is called flying star. You ever seen a shooting star? Yeah, easy going down. This is called a shooting star. So we do a little sway. And we lift one leg. Shooting star. The 5-point star with a little shooting flow. Be careful your neighbor over there. Yeah, you got to harmonize with this one. If you're going to be a shooting star today, you got to take a reach. And you can bring your arms in. And you can do a little springer step. And you can shoot like a star. Yeah, shooting star. If you've never done this may seem really awkward. Kind of a crazy thing to be doing. This is the Hallelujah chorus. No? Christmas time. It's almost Christmas. Yeah. Here we go. And the hands come back, walk back, stretch back. Woo, getting hot in here. Yeah, getting some warmth. Now we can stretch, yes? Getting that joint mobility that we need. Very nice. Okay, so let's come back to the chair and then we'll come down. Let's do one more round in the chair because we want to alternate, and then we'll finally find our way to the ground and do some. So we're going to do a little core work here with the arms reaching up and the elbows to the knees, and a little lift and extended. And very good. And we can add that twist if we want. So we can work through the back and strengthen the muscles to support our core from the hips to up the spine. And one more. Let's do one more on both sides. Good job. Let's find our way down. Take a block and a strap. We're going to do a little strap stretch along the way. I'm going to turn to the side so everybody can see how we do this. As I come to the mat, I want to come down gently. Now, some need a chair. So how do we get down? So if we have trouble getting down, you can always use a chair to stabilize, coming down to one knee, the other knee, and then finding one hip and coming really carefully. Yes, we want to be moving slow with control. Yoga is about ease of movement. We can scoot the chair out of the way. Chair's always there if we need it. And we're going to come back to a roll back onto our backs. Now, how do we do that? Okay, that may require a little roll to a shoulder and a little roll onto the back like a bear rolling in the woods. Oh, that feels so good. How does it feel? Good? Now we're just going to do a little relaxing flow before we move on. So we recline on the back in what's called constructive rest pose with the knees in a bend and the ankles in line with your hip point, and a little alternating knee lift. Now as we lift one knee at a time, notice the rocking hip movement. So it's a pelvic tuck with the lifted knee. As we lower the feet, it's a pelvic roll. So we're doing a little Pilates today. Yay! Arms overhead, not really. Arms overhead, this is yoga after all. So arms overhead, reaching up or over the crown of the head. If that's painful in the shoulders, take the arms to a T, lower those levers so that we can feel free to move. We're working to rock the hip. How does it feel? Feels good? All right, bring your right knee in, catch around the shin. Here's that mobility we're looking for in that knee and the hip with a little loving squeeze with the shoulder, knee to the shoulder. Try the other side. Arms overhead if you like, or out to the side, or just bring your hands up and down off the ground. Do a little movement here. Add some flexibility, some options for us so the shoulders can lift towards the knee on each side. Can you do that? And then lower the shoulder and the head. A little movement through the upper chest. Good. Everything's good? So far, so good? Let's do a little hip opener. We take the right leg out and extend straight up. Spin that ankle. Ooh, I feel the calf. And the hamstrings today. Hamstrings. Lower down. Let's do those side. Kind of add some movement. Repetitions are good. Swirling the ankle, then through the leg. Alternate from side to side, right leg up, extending up, left leg. Repetitions, release that fascia tightness that grows overnight like a spider web in our joints. So fascia is protective. So it controls and creates structure elasticity for our body's movement of our joints and our muscles. I think 40% of muscle tissue is actually connective tissue or fascia, like cellophane or spider webs, and holding all the fibers together. We want to break that up and warm everything. Sending blood flow to our joints and our muscles adds range of motion. We should do this in the morning to warm up our bodies. Let's do one more just for fun on both sides. Good. Now, and as we lower the feet, we notice the hips nice and flat. We bring your right knee in, reach up with the right leg, sweep it out, bring it all the way out and down, lengthen through the right side by pushing through the heel, drawing the toe in, and the left knee comes up and in. Good. And then lower down. Move to the other side, right foot in, left leg up, left leg out, lengthen, straighten out. Yes, push and lengthen. Feel the squeeze. Notice, could be in the quads, top of the thigh, and bring that left leg in. Right leg up, circle with the ankle. Yeah, both sides with directions. Ooh, that feels good. Feel that in the ankle joint. You feel that? Yeah, stimulating some blood flow to the ankle. Other side, joint mobility. Yes. Bring your right knee in, catch around shin. Keep your shoulders down. Left leg up. You'll have to listen to the cues. Follow along if you can. Take the left leg out, roll the tailbone down. Now, as you lengthen that left leg out, it's going to bring your right knee up because of the mobility of the hip. And that's okay. Kind of let it come where it will naturally come. And then hands can come up over the hamstrings around the shin and give that loving squeeze with the knee to the shoulder to get that hip to stretch. Yeah, really good for the hip. And, if we've got hip replacements or we have hip joint issues, we can work this gently to find the range of motion that works for us today. It's a matter of practice to enhance that over time. So we take your right knee up over to the right side, swing free with the knee, dangle with the ankle. Good. Bring the knee up into a twist. We're going to roll the right hip up. Now, you can bring your right hand beside the hip, right arm, shoulder, forearm pushes in the mat to kind of roll the hip up. Take a little easy roll, stacking our hips. Right hip over the left, right leg can soften. Swing free with the knee. Circle the ankle. Ooh, feel that little stretch. You can take the right arm out and gaze to the right side if you'd like to enhance that stretch. And the right hand comes by the hip. And bring everything back to center. Let's return to center with the right foot down and the left knee in. And bring your right knee in. Give a little squeeze. Left leg up, sweeping out and down. And then return to the other side. Left knee in, right leg up this time. And there we go. Ready for the other side. Right leg's way out there. Left knee in. Yes. If we need to release it to catch up any hamstrings, if there's hip joint discomfort, we find the range that works best. Find the edges, those tender spots or sweet spots where we feel the stretch. Left knee up over to the left side, swing free with the knee, dangle with the ankle, and then to the twist with the roll. Rolling over on the right hip as the left hip stacks. Big swing up, and the left arm can come out to gaze to the left. All right, good. Got that mobility now in our joints that we need. Come back to center with the hip rolling down. Bring left foot down and the right foot in. Reach for your block. So building core strength. So first we take the block between the feet and bring the block as close to the hip as we can, and a little gentle bridge lift. This is called bridge flow, bridge pose flow. So hands, forearms, and shoulders press the mat, locking down. The feet step in, so the ankles are right up underneath the knees. And we do a lift with a squeeze to the glutes. Squeeze the Charmin up and down. Oh, I remember that. Remember that way back when? Squeeze the Charmin. Yes, up and down with the hips. That was a commercial for Charmin. Yes. Too much fun. All right. Up and down we go. Up and down we go. How we doing? 100? Okay. All right. 3. I lose count from time to time. You notice that? 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it feels good. Does it feel good? You feel that in the sacrum. You feel that in the hip. You feel that anywhere. You may feel that in the hip because this is using the gluteus maximus to extend that lift. Now lift one more time and push the hands forward to the shoulders of the mat. Squeeze the glutes. 6-pack abs, buns of steel today. Yay. Lift the hip and lower down. Gosh, let's do another one of those. That feels so good. Let's do it again. Inhale. Rising lift with the hip squeeze. Ooh, yes. Lower down. Slow with control. One more time. Take a big lift on the inhale. Squeeze, lift, and lower down. Good. Now, alternating knees. Lifting. So we're going to bring our right knee in. Give one more loving squeeze to this right knee. And same thing on the left. Everything feels good. We're finding that movement. It feels right. Take your block between your feet and lift the feet and bring your knees to your shoulders. Keep your shoulders down and your head down for a moment. This is just a little rocking movement. I saw this on the internet yesterday. I said, well, that's what Gary does in chair yoga. He does that core building, strength building. Now we actually, as we bring the knees up and in, don't watch the internet. Just come to yoga with Gary. Yeah, up and down with the knees. So the feet lift and the knee swings in. We got 100 of these, yes? Okay, keep going. Yeah, and you're rocking the hip. Do you feel that hip rock, that sacrum? Massage? Yeah? One more time? Enough of that? Okay. Take the feet down, take the feet wide. Do a swing with the knees and lift with the hip. Actively lift the hip on each side. Now, they're stretching in the lower back gently because we're taking pressure off, releasing the compression that comes from standing. Our bodies are heavy, and the lumbar spine takes a lot of pressure from our upper body, our heads. Do you know the head's the heaviest object on the body? Yes. So how's that feel? This is called windshield wiper. This is one of my favorite things to do to release lower back pain and hip pain. You may notice a couple things. The hips should be nice and flat. The feet are down on the mat. This keeps the hip flat and the arching lift in the lower back. That's the lumbar curve. It's a lordotic curve that you want to preserve. So this gives you a feel for how the twist should occur. If you're in a seated posture, standing, twisting should be done with a lengthened spine, not a rounded back and not a rounded lower back. The full back body should be in alignment with twists and squats, by the way. Normally squats are done with the hip drawing down towards the ground and the spine long and strong to make a soft, loving heart, to keep us powerful and strong. One more time with this swing. All right. Bring your block between the feet. I gave you a little break. We're going to do another thing. We take the knees in and the legs up. And bend the knee and lower down. All right, 2. Good. Yeah, keep going. As many of these as we can handle, but don't feel like you got to do this all day. All right. Yeah, how many more? Just a few more. How many more? Just one more. Yes, do one more. Lift and hold. How many more? Hold, hold, hold. That's good. Straight up with the legs. How does it feel? You feel it? Shoulders are down. Hands by the hips. Yeah, everybody wants to reach up and grab that leg and say, hold, stay there, stay there. No, relax the arms and legs. Use the core strength to keep those legs up and then bend the knee and lower down. Say, thank you, Gary. Yeah, up and down with the hips, up and down one. Another set of bridge. One of the best things you can do for strengthening the muscles that support the spine is a bridge lift. Yes. Muscles all the way up and down the back. Really need to be strengthened to keep that spinal alignment. Otherwise, over time, we'll collapse in the back and have an excessive kyphotic curve in the upper back. You've seen your seniors that round in the back because of loss of bone mass. And one of the best things you can do for osteoporosis and osteopenia is yoga, because the action of the muscles squeezing around the bones triggers the bones to build strong, healthy bones. Yes, up and down we go. How many more? Just a few more? Okay. One. I tell stories while you work. You notice that? Up and down. Yes. And then lower down. Legs up once again. Legs up the wall. This is what this is called. Viparita Karani. Yes. And a swing with the legs. I'm going to bend the knee. That's a little tough. Let's take the legs down. Bring your knees in. Legs up and sweep out. If you need to bend the knees like you're riding a bicycle, but with the pedals moving together, not alternating like a bicycle. I feel that in the back of the legs. Do you feel that? Feel that in the core? Do you feel that? Yes. Take the feet in, and then take your feet down, and then bring your hands behind your head. And you just kind of grasp gently the back of the head with the thumbs coming down your neck and your hands just catching the back of the mastoid process, which is that little nodule in the back of your skull. So right about there is where you catch without pulling on your neck. You lift the chest and lift the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Now we've got 100 of these. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember this from grade school, yes? But we would pull on our heads when we were in grade school. And it was okay when we were in grade school, but it's not good today. Yeah, it's a little older than grade school today. Yes. Up and down. How many more? Just a few more. Okay. Release the head. Reach the hands to the knee. Yeah, lift the shoulders. Now reach back. Be careful the chairs behind you. Make sure those chairs are out of the way because we've got to do some work today. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Hands to the knees. Good? Yeah, hips are down. Up and down. 100. Okay. 2, 3. This is called the hundreds in Pilates, you know. So I got to do 100 a day in our yoga class. 3. No, this is different. Pilates is a different move. But they do 100, yes? You remember that, right? 8, 9. Let's do one more just for fun. Hold. All right, we're not done yet. Bring your hands by the hips. Bring your knees up and in. Block between the feet, yes? Control that movement and down. Bring your knees up. Bring your legs up. Bring a bend the knee. Lower down. We're alternating from shoulder, upper back body strength to hip strength and leg strength, building strength, core strength today. Yes, everything from the hip to the back and shoulders and the neck. Yes. One more time. All right, feet down, arms up, overhead. Reach for your knees, bring your knees up and in. Now we're really going to make it fun. So hands reach out towards the ankle. Yeah, and we do a lowering 3 times. Inhale, exhale. So we're moving upper back body, upper shoulders to the knees, giving a loving squeeze. If we can reach up in Apanasana with the hands to the shin, give a loving squeeze. Block between the feet, keeps those knees in alignment. Makes it hard, does it not? Yeah, it's kind of hard. A little work here. That's okay. Bring your knees in, arms and legs up, out, sweeping out. Just try 3 of these for me. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, draw everything in. Knees, bend, hands, shin. Stand, reach, lower down, way out there. Oh, I feel the burn. You feel the burn yet? I feel the burn. Oh, I feel the burn. How many more? Just a few more. I feel the burn. Yeah, loving burn. Now, if you notice, the hip rolls flat as you extend out. Arching, lifting, lower back. Inhale, exhale, round. One more. One more. Just one more? Okay. One more. Good. And bring your feet down and your hands down by the hips and take your feet wide and rock those knees. Wow. All right. We're going to do a little joint stretch now that we've done our core work for today. There's other things we could add in, but we'll do those another day. I think we've done enough for today. What do you say? Yes. Yes. Yeah, we can do some other stuff another day. We don't want to overdo it today. Yeah. Do that little bear roll with the knees swinging free. We're going to flip over into a child's pose. Now we take a roll to one side, a swing and roll to the other side. We swing around and find our way up into tabletop position. So these are really super useful positions, is stacking our joints, hands up underneath the shoulders, knees up underneath the hip. Now we want to stack our joints to protect our joints. And with a little playful movement of the hands, we can move those elbows into a little spinning movement, pushing in the outside palm of the hand, the elbows spin forward, pushing on the inside palm of the hands, the elbows spin in. That creates a little movement in our wrist joint that allows us to bend and lower gently down, because we want the elbows to come right up underneath the shoulders. And to do that, we need to put a little pressure on the outside edge of the hand so the elbows bend and allow us to lower down. If we come up and push too much on the inside palm of the hand, it locks the elbows and you can't go anywhere. So we want to do that little shift for our weight and then lower down. One more time, just for fun. Good. Now take the arms out. This is an extended active stretch with the hip pulling back. And I promise, if you do this every day, you'll get more knee and hip and ankle mobility. I've done it because I've proved it to myself. I started doing yoga in 2011, and I was in more of an athletic type, so I had a lot of muscles and not a lot of joint mobility. I was very stiff, not very flexible. Range of motion was definitely compromised. So I started doing yoga and added that range of motion and rebalanced. So the elbows can come in. We can find a gentle child's pose with the hip pulling back to the heels. Coming back to tabletop. Let's try that out. If you have hip, knee, or ankle issues, you can curl the toes up under for the ankle position and try a little push back to stretch the bottom of the foot. Now this is really working the knees and the hip joint and the ankle joints. So a lot of people who have had injuries or surgeries find this difficult. And my suggestion is do it gently and easily. Don't force it anywhere. Don't try to take your body where it doesn't belong. And then with a slip of the hip back, you can take your hands to stretch out. We're using that core strength to stretch through the back to control the position of the spine so we can reach to extend. And if we want, we can bring our hands back around our knees or the elbows down somewhere comfortably down, and the forehead may come down, maybe not. We may want to put a block or the hands up underneath the forehead and find that bend in the knees and the hips and the ankles. It feels just right to that edge of tenderness without causing pain. We're using gravity. We're not forcing anything. We're certainly not causing any discomfort or pain. Very nice. Good. Good test. Good test. So now that we've warmed up, done our core work and our joint mobility work, we'll find our way into Shavasana so we can take a little rest to incorporate the benefits of the practice into our bodies. I'm going to slip forward to tabletop and do one more round of cat-cow flow just for fun. We did this in the chair. Do you remember that? Inhale, lowering the belly, rocking hip. This is one of the best exercises you can do for your spine. The tailbone tucks down towards the back of the thigh muscles, doing that rocking movement with the hip, a little pelvic tuck, a little pelvic roll, rounding the back, lubricating all the joints, creating space for the discs to hydrate, synovial joints and those discs after all. You want to hydrate your body with using plenty of water, plenty of warm liquids. Yes. Plenty of gentle movements. Movement brings improvement, after all. Do one more just for fun. Do a 10-minute tabletop. Now, to find our way down onto our backs, we can slip over to a hip and sweep our legs forward and do a little Pilates roll back or any kind of roll back that works nice. We can roll over to a shoulder. We can catch up underneath the hamstring. This is a core. Once we build strong cores, we do these things called boat pose. Here's a boat, floating our boat. What do we do with a boat? We float our boat. Let's float our boat today. Yay! There we go. Don't sink now. Float your boat. Yeah, I got long spine, long legs, long arms. I'm good. How many? As long as we want. Forever, forever. Hands. Gently roll down onto the back. We can use the shoulder if we need. If we have any back pain, please feel free to use the shoulders to protect that back. Find that constructive rest pose once again, where we bring our bend in the knees and relax the back with the positioning of the spine and a natural spinal alignment. So, if we have excessive rounding in the back, the chin may tip back, and that's a pretty awkward position for your neck. So putting a small blanket underneath the head, even a block maybe if you need. So the gaze would be straight up. The chin comes towards the chest, and we're lengthening through the neck naturally so that we can position the shoulders and the hips and the back of the head resting gently down. You feel the lumbar curve in the lower back, and then you take your legs to extend one at a time to the corner of the mat. And if this causes shooting pain, guess what you do? Roll a blanket up, put it underneath the knees, or put blocks outside the thighs, or a bolster, any kind of cushioning so that release the hip and lower back and any discomfort that we would feel. Shavasana, the final pose, resting pose in yoga, should be done with comfort. So we should find our most comfortable pose to relax with the hands out and the heart open. It's a very vulnerable position, but we feel the earth grounding to connect ourselves to Mother Earth. It's a grounding position that allows us to reground and to relax. Mother holds us. Mother Earth holds us, protecting, caring for us, nurturing us. And we breathe and feel the energy of the prana, the energy of the sun in our face and our eyes, perhaps, in our chest as we lie in the sun. Doesn't it feel so nice to lie in the sun on a beach and melt into the mat or in the sand on our blankets, feel this sense of peace and release? I think the beach is so therapeutic because we can relax and feel the warmth of the sun and the energy of the ground holding us. We can hear the sounds of the ocean, like our breath. The ocean waves rise in the sky, then crash to the beach and roll to our feet. Yes, and we can hear the sounds of the Ujjayi, victorious breath, the pranic energy that brings peace and release to our minds, our bodies. So we find our way into this moment in time, being here. There's joy in every moment. It's our theme for this week. Our intention is to find joy in every moment. With the eyes closed, the face soft, let the thoughts micro quiet. Just notice the thoughts. They pass by like clouds in the sky until we settle those thoughts into this moment in time, just feeling peace that comes through presence, the strength that comes through stillness, and the joy that comes with every moment. So find that joy this week. Find that joy this season. Find joy in every day, in every breath, every movement, every moment. Peace, joy, love, and hope. The season of Christmas. Good. Relax the hands, relax the feet, relax everything. Feel so peaceful and still. How relaxed and peaceful can we be in the state of meditation where we allow ourselves to be at peace with ourselves? We find our true nature deep within. We find that Spirit of God that resides deep in our hearts. Where do we find the joy? Joy, joy, joy. Down in my heart. Down in my heart today. So as we're ready to reawaken, wiggle fingers and toes. Take a little stretch with the arms and the legs. We can take a full body stretch if we'd like. If that's available to us, with the arms over the crown of the head, lengthening out like a cat stretching. We'll bring the hands by the hips or out to the side, whatever works best, whatever feels right. Move through our day with grace and beauty and joy. A little swing, bring in the knees, a little rock if you like, and kind of rock and roll yoga. It feels just right. Yes, rolling up. Did you hear the sound of yesterday in the piano? Yes, little Beatle music today. It's always a great thing to listen to Beatles. Yes. Sitting tall, Sukhasana, the comfortable seated pose, where we find joy, happiness, bliss, and peace. We bring our hands to heart center, always honoring ourselves with the practice. Yoga is a practice. It's something we do every day to restore our health, clarity of the mind, with an open, loving heart. So bring our hands to heart center. Rise to the sky to open that light that shines bright, illuminates our path. And bring the hands to heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. 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 Yay. Very nice. I'll cut out the clapping so you don't have to.